Hello, welcome back. We have Venus and I, the Venus Council, the Divine Feminine Council, and I have another message for the feminine, and in particular, or especially for women, okay? This morning, I heard quite strongly, and as usual, it is affirmed, confirmed, reflected back to me in the interactions that I have in the morning, the things that I see once I finish my morning ritual and go online or am in communication, okay, with a sister friend, of mine online. This message was affirmed again in this way for me as it came through this morning. And right now, there is such an opportunity to strengthen one's power of discernment, one's power of decision making via discernment. And what is greatly influencing this, is the astrological transits, okay, right now, of course. Just this morning, again, I was thinking about Jupiter in Cancer. And again, that this is especially touching, especially impacting and benefiting, rewarding, honey, the feminine women who are in their fullness, who are in and honoring and embodying their full femininity, the dark and the light, okay? And what comes with that, understanding that this is a time of embodying and honoring that, is that Jupiter is, the planet of prosperity, the planet of abundance and reward, but how is one rewarded? What does that mean then if it's the one giving out the rewards? It means that Jupiter is justice, honey. It means that Jupiter is justice. Jupiter requires, it rewards you by requiring you to fulfill your full power, the fullness of your being, your essence, with integrity, okay, with dignity. And when you've got that, that means that you, woman, are in and exercising your power of discernment. And that means that when you're exercising your power of discernment, especially as it pertains to your receiving, who, what, and where you are receiving from, what are you consciously or unconsciously receptive of? When you have discernment of this, then you are exercising your most potent, powerful, and aligned decision-making skill, power. So maybe you notice a lot of your past experiences coming up, especially as it pertains to men and your work, okay, your income, your money, your resources, okay, but especially as it pertains to your romantic life, your love life. You may notice right now at this time a lot of the past is coming up. You may be being gifted, and it is a gift, honey, okay? Understand it's a gift that you are being given right now, clarity of if you have been being breadcrumbed emotionally, financially, okay? Understand that it's a gift, that all of this comes up into from the surface, the depths, okay? It comes up to the surface of your awareness now. Because you're being gifted the opportunity, like I said, for strengthening your discernment and your decision-making skill, power going forward. And this is, like I said, in connection to your receptivity. Who, what, where are you allowing yourself to be receptive of? You don't have to receive everything and everyone that is offered to you. You can receive the lesson, and it can be quicker as you ask the Divine Feminine Council, as you ask Venus, as you ask your guides to support you in the strengthening of your awareness and the consistent attunement, okay, of your awareness, of your discernment skill, power. You don't have to go through the long haul in terms of the lesson of who, what, and where is being offered to you. You can gain that lesson. You can know within an instant, within quickness, if that place, if that person, if that opportunity is really for you. Is it really a frequency match with what you are worthy and deserved of in your essence, your purest essence, your feminine fullness? So, you are strengthening your discernment, your power of discernment, your feminine power is strengthening. As the feminine, you're in charge. As the feminine, what happens next is based on what you say that goes. As the feminine, you're in the leadership position, as I stated in the last Venus message here. So the ways in which you have been self-sabotaging, consciously or unconsciously, honey, forgive yourself. Okay, forgive yourself for the crumbs that you were receptive of. Because you didn't know, honey. Maybe you don't really have an example even. All right, you're the one that's turning over a new leaf in your lineage, especially on your mother's side. But whatever it is, in terms of the breadcrumbs, whether it's material, whether it's emotional, that you were receptive of, let that fall away now. Let that tower crumble. So you can really turn over this new leaf. And please don't resist it. And please don't try to justify that man's behavior. And please don't try to justify your own behavior. when you were consciously or unconsciously self-sabotaging. Okay. This tower moment needs to happen. There's something really, really rewarding coming in as you allow that tower of strength, as it says here, because it's showing, actually, this crumbling is showing how strong you really are. You're coming into your power. That's the strength here. It says, hold and define your power. Inner light will stand the test, while egoic patterns will burn away. You're defining and you're learning to hold your power, your feminine power. And then something comes in, honey, that is truly a frequency match. It could be a man. It could be multiple. It could be multiple. I see options. I see options. And I see that coming through, like I said, because you're learning to define your feminine power. The discernment that you have, the decisions that you make, you're running the show, honey. It'll always be us running it. What we say is what goes. How we move is what goes. It determines everything else. So we are the mirror in relationships. It's us. We love ourselves, and everything else reflects that. What we receive, who we receive, when we step into the fullness of our essence as the feminine, our inevitable worthiness, our inevitable deservedness plays out. It's seen, it's known, it's felt, and it's respected, it's acknowledged, and respected, and rewarded. And rewarded by whoever it is, whomever it is, whatever it is, and wherever it is that you attract. You're gonna understand now, honey. Don't underestimate yourself. And the love that you could and should give to yourself. Okay? Being your greatest power. Your greatest power to attract that provider you want, that protector you want, that money you want, that luxury you want, that home you want. Okay? Yep. I'm sorry, we have Persephone here. I'll just do it like this. And look at that. We've got divine partners here. The Hierophant and the High Priestess. The High Priest and the High Priestess. I said that protector comes in. That provider comes in. When you embrace what is hidden, being the seer of what's hidden, embracing being the queen of the underworld, embracing being this darkness. The yin energy here is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the yin, and that's the yang. Okay? Get your yin together first. Your inner yang will naturally align, flourish, when you've gotten your yin energy together first. And remember that there's so much power in that energy. It's in that darkness. And you don't have to drown in it, I'm hearing. You don't need to get lost in it or pretend or fear that you're lost. Actually, it's dark, you can't see. I'm seeing someone, like a woman, like running through the dark halls right now, like trying to like find the light switch to turn it on. You don't need it, honey. You can see in the dark. You can see in the dark. You're Persephone. You're the queen of the underworld. And there's a lot that you can see, that we can see as the feminine. That's why we're so powerful. That's why we're running it, the show, that the masculine cannot see without the support, the guidance of the dark, actually. The masculine cannot recognize its own light without the dark of the feminine, of the yin. Light is seen through the dark. The masculine knows through the feminine. So your discernment, okay, of what is meant for you, you will find it now. That's when that tower will hit, once you find it. But you will find it now through going deep into these, like it says here, unhealed and wounded parts of yourself. Don't resist, as I said. Don't try to justify the ways in which you unconsciously or consciously sabotaged. Okay? As there are so many offers, like I said, I see many options for you. As there are so many offers, okay, on the table, and I swear to you, I see many men. I see many men, honey. As there are so many offers on the table, you've got to strengthen this discernment of yours. I don't care if he's hot. Physically. I don't even care if he's like so rich, so wealthy. Okay. Your discernment will get you everything. There's no, I'm hearing right now, for some of you, it's been a settling also. You've said, oh, but he's rich, so I'll just do this. Oh, but he's so hot. I'll just do this. Oh my god, but he's such an amazing musician. I'll just do this. Potential, potential, potential. Do you base yourself, how you go forward for yourself, solely on potential? So why are you basing men on potential? The ones you say yes to, your decision, why is it based on his potential? And not what has been right in front of you. What is right in front of you? What he's already shown you. What that job has already shown you. That workplace has already shown you. It's time to come out of that cocoon, honey. It's time to come out of that cocoon and honor the growth and the transformation, the tower that has presented itself recently. It's time to recognize, like I said, the ways in which you've self-sabotaged, hindering the truth of your deservedness and worthiness, your essence. You know, I can't help but every time I see this card, especially it comes out when I'm looking into or channeling, you know, messages for the feminine here, but I see Lilith. I see Lilith, which is connected to Persephone, actually. Lilith and Persephone. And Lilith wants you to recognize that you're hungry. She's hungry. She's been hungry for a while, honey. Lilith has been hungry for a while. Okay? She was breadcrumbed. She was starved. Not really given what she fully desires and knows that she's worthy of and deserves. Okay? That's why she said, eat all the apples on the tree, honey. Reap the fullness of your desires. Eat it all. But they took one bite. Okay, but Eve took one bite. She took one apple. That story is like so misinterpreted. Okay. But Lilith's hungry, honey. Lilith, even in the astrology, your Lilith is the ways in which you sabotage yourself. It's the way in which we play small. It's the way in which we accept the breadcrumbs of our desires. The breadcrumb versions of our desires. But that will no longer be the case with this tower, with this transformation. But it's up to you. But the habit of bare minimum is really being highlighted now. And it's the only way that when you recognize that, right, it's the only way that you can really come into the fullness of your feminine power, like I said, by going into the deep, into the dark, recognizing that you're hungry, that you've been starved, okay, and deciding that you only accept the fullness of your desires and nothing less, because it does exist. It does exist. One more here. Of course. Saw that one coming out. And understand something, that what I'm doing right now, reflecting this back to you, I'm a feminine, I'm a woman. Also learning, okay, also shedding, honey. What I'm doing right now is exactly what you need. And you need to be doing this for other women as well in your life. We need to be reflecting this within one another and for one another. We need to be having these conversations about how we as women have self-sabotaged the desires, the prayers, the wish lists, the manifestations that we've written, the vision boards that we've made. Okay? And you're ready. And you're ready. That's why this is all coming up, honey. So like I said, it's a gift. Give thanks. Now let's see what it is that you're ready for in the extended with the tarot. And some completed advice in terms of how to hold, receive what it is that's coming your way, who it is that's coming your way from the Oracle. I'll see you there.